Hi, people. My name is Dan Berkey, and I'm speaking to you from my wonderful Bronx abode, Riverdale, Bronx, which I've happily lived in for 10 years now. It's a marvelous park, a marvelous area because it's right next to a park, and any place in New York that I've lived has been next to a park. I have a few things to say, and I'm tempted to write them out, but I'm going to just speak them out. One thing that bothers me is any idea that religion should be foisted upon people. I personally am agnostic, or that's how I classify myself. I am not against the idea of deity. I essentially ignore it, but as soon as somebody hears that I ignore it, they cast a pejorative glance onto that, like I hate Christianity or I hate the idea of God. That is altogether untrue. I have Christian friends and I respect their belief. I do. I do not trample upon Christian beliefs in Christian symbols, belief systems, lifestyles. You have every right to be a Christian and espouse the Christian ideology. Because as I understand it, and I was raised in Christianity, is that the basis of it is a loving, forgiving, tolerant God known as Jesus Christ in the New Testament. And what I get a lot from people online ranting about the necessity of foisting their Christian beliefs upon everybody. Recently, a number of people have said that the church should guide the state. More than that the church should be actually the head of state. And it's always cast within a Christian religion. That is dangerous. That is very dangerous. I would say the same thing if these people were trying to espouse the Muslim religion overall, or Judaism overall, or Buddhism, or Hinduism, blah, blah, blah. In most of these religions, I have people that I know, friends actually, that I respect a great deal, and they do not try to foist their belief systems on people. I have every right to be an agnostic, in a sense, ignore the idea of a deity within my daily life. I exercise my will, and things are going very well. Of course I make mistakes, of course there are problems. Life throws its punches from the wings, and you just got to be ready to deal with them. And I am ready to deal with them because I found my sobriety, true sobriety, in January of 2006. And I maintenance that, but that's an entirely different subject for an entirely different video. I'm talking about the idea of religion gaining control over the people, any one religion, and that is antithetical to what this country represents in terms of its constitution. Some people have said that it's not in the Constitution, and they're flat out wrong. They really need to read the Constitution as it's stated, that we have every right to believe how we wish. Of course, I'm paraphrasing. And the state has no right to tell us what to believe in terms of a religion. We have every right to believe how we will. Another thing that is disturbing to me, and this perhaps is a subject for another video, another rant on my part. Politics has become a chaos. I honestly can't tell you, from even perusing and scanning the news channels today, what's true and what's false. I can't. The media feeds you what it wants you to hear, obviously. There's no consolidation amongst news platforms. It's a spitting match when it comes down to. And politics, as I was growing up, I thought of it, and I'm no expert on politics, and I'm not trying to preach about anything or say how anything should be, but politics, as I grew up, was about helping the people, setting up policies to help the people. And of course there was spitting going on. I mean, politicians trying to find dirt on the other politicians so they don't win, blah, blah, blah. That's been going on for time immemorial. But it was mostly about finding things that help people, policies that are important for us to get by in our daily lives, the regular Joes who go to work, want to feed their family, want to pay rent, pay mortgage. They want to be responsible citizens. And how do you be a responsible citizen via the media that feeds you so much discordant information? I'm being serious. How do you pluck out the truth? Well, you can pluck out whatever you want and hold on to that as the truth, and maybe you're right. Most often, you won't be right. What are we to do here as citizens when we are faced with such a chaotic storm? You can't even define it like you might be able to define a supercell over Oklahoma that's going to generate an EF5 tornado. Hopefully that won't occur like Reno, Oklahoma in 2013. No, let's not have that happen again. But it could happen. Oklahoma is still being Oklahoma. And, well, it does what it does. And storms have free license over Oklahoma. So I hope that doesn't happen again. Anyway, you can't even define the political system as it is today like you can define a supercell that might generate a tornado. You can't. And I have posted some things that would suggest I'm socialist. No. I'm neither Democrat or Republican, but I'm not socialist, nor am I communist. Those ideologies have been tried and found out to be total bunk. They don't work. They invite tyranny in. Joseph Stalin. All these other people that try to make it work, and they have to force feed it, force politics down people's throats. They're not going to take it any more than you can force religion down people's throats. I don't know what's going to happen politically here. I look to, on small scale, how there's a blend in Denmark, which is mostly a free market society, with socialism. But here, socialism has helped people, created programs. You want to think of social programs like welfare and all of that as socialism. That is a mistake. That is a mistake. There are social programs to help people from the government, both state and federal. There are a lot of people that are totally opposed to that. Totally opposed to those systems. And they think that people that espouse them, like myself, who have benefited from it, especially Social Security, as I'm 67 now, are against that. They oppose that. They think of it as socialism. It is not. Socialism as a political system does not work. Communism as a political system does not work. Right now we are seeing decay of a society, decay in terms of politics. That's the only way I can wrap my head around it, because there's no understanding. I hope it comes to some consolidation in another form, whatever that might be. But it cannot be totalitarianism. It cannot be a theocracy where you believe in a loving, forgiving, tolerant God, or I'll beat the crap out of you and you'll end up in ADX in Florence, Colorado. You believe in my God. No, I won't. Sorry. I will believe as I need to believe to lead my life as a responsible citizen of the United States of America, what's left of it, to be kind to people, to smile at strangers, to help out when I can. That's really all I have to say. And maybe you'll watch this, maybe you won't. There's a lot to say. But I hope people can calm down. The rash of gun violence, the rash of gun shootings, makes me sick, makes me sad, horribly sad. We have to rise above these things. We really do. Have a good day. I'm going to have a bowl of my fresh-made vegetable soup. Bon appetit, as Julia Child used to say. I love that program.